What's good, YouTube? It's White Mike, and today we're going to be talking about what's in my camera bag. Let's get into it. Alright guys, welcome to 2020. If you're new to this channel, my name is White Mike. I talk about photography, videography, music videos, camera gear, electronics, tech. Sometimes I may talk about kicks, sports, cars, or whatever, but it's not that often that I talk about that stuff. So if that's something you're into, please go ahead, hit that subscribe button right now before you continue with this video. Hit the like button if you like the video at the end of the day, and the notification bell if you want to be kind of notified anytime I post. So let's talk about what we're talking about today, and that is what's in my camera bag. Throughout the years, I've gone through so many different sets of gear. I've even made a video about going to Sony, GH5, Canon EOS R, all that good stuff, but I've never really talked about what's in my bag, only because it's been changing ever so often, so there's never really a perfect time to talk about it. So I'm gonna go ahead and just do that. This is the first video of 2020, at least talking head style. I did post 2 videos, but one is a music video I shot a few years ago called Ready that he just posted, and then a new video called Heartless that I shot with the EOS R in 2020, and that was just kind of a run and gun low light video. When I go to a shoot, the main thing that we, or everyone, not just myself, carry is your camera bag. So if you don't need lights, you're definitely gonna have the camera bag with you, although I do carry several bags. I made a video about this in-case bag that I recommended as my favorite bag. Plenty of pockets, spot for your laptop, and I saw this bag on YC Imaging's channel, so I went and got it. Still have my Peak Design clip on here. I do take this bag with me every now and then when I need to carry extra stuff. It's got plenty of pockets here. It's not that I ran out of space, but I kind of did. And I wanted something that was a little more rigid, secure, and waterproof or whatever. So I ended up getting this behemoth right here. This is the SKB case with the Think Tank insert, and it's waterproof. It's huge, it's large. It has a place for you to put locks if you want to check it in. It rolls. It's really nice. Got the clicks. And obviously I'm not gonna be able to shoot a video like this, but as you can see, it has an insert with pocket for a laptop, all kinds of stuff. All the gear is down here, which you should be able to see from my top angle. And pretty much got my primary camera, secondary camera, all my lenses, my gear, and everything else in these side pockets. So I'm gonna move this to the side, and then we'll start going through everything that's in here. So quick rundown, this is the bag. Inside of the laptop pocket, I'll usually have either my MacBook Pro or my iPad Pro. Up here in the top pockets, I have some lens paper. So lens paper is something you can clean your lenses with. They don't have oil and they don't have like a liquid, so it's pretty easy to clean your lens up with those. I like to keep that lens paper. The other thing I have in the other pocket is this sensor cleaner for Micro Four Thirds, and if I just need to wipe the sensor, I'll wipe it with that. I know touching your sensor seems scary, but I had to wipe down a sensor before, and now it's just not so scary to me, and I wipe them down all the time. So the next pocket below, this is my viewfinder cover for the B-Cam. I have a camera strap for Canon, probably never use that, but I have it just in case. My lens wipes, I usually have the Zeiss, but I ran out, so I'm using these. But that's pretty much what's in that pocket, as well as this holder for some ND filters. So ND filters, if you need ND filters, make sure you're carrying those with you. This pouch has a couple of ND filters in it. I really don't need them as much for my Canon stuff anymore because I have that adapter. I also have these step-up rings, so anytime you want to adapt any of those filters, you have step-up rings. So you always want to make sure you have a set of these. Definitely go and find a set on Amazon, pretty cheap. I have more filters here, so ND filters and a polarizer. So like I said, don't use these all that often, but they're good to have. So let's start with the main camera, and of course, always keep a microfiber cloth or something with you. It's good to clean your lenses and to keep everything nice and clean and dust-free. So of course, my A cam now is this EOS R, and I shot a music video with it that I am actually editing, and then the one that I just released, and this is honestly one of my favorite cameras. I wish it had more features. I know there's rumors about an R5 coming out. I don't believe the specs, but if they are, Definitely may sell this, or at least use this as a beat cam. Awesome camera, highly recommended. I do need to put out a review on this. And actually, I'm shooting with my friend Red Salamander's GH5, one of my 12-60 kit lenses on AFC. So how's the focus in this video for the updated GH5? I think it's pretty decent. He has an 18-35 that's up on the shelf somewhere that he uses, but autofocus didn't work that great on it. So definitely a cam here, which is my EOS R. Now for the EOS R, I have a really nice lens setup, honestly. I also have the 18-35 Sigma 1.8, and this is mainly my video lens for 4K stuff, but it's definitely a beast in low light, and since the crop factor, that 1.8 really comes in handy, so can't wait to use this. I literally just got this lens, but I've used it before, so on the EOS R, I think this is gonna do wonders in those low light situations. Now, my primary set of kit for my EOS R consists of 3 stabilized zoom lenses that can pretty much cover everything that I need. So this is the 15-30 ultra wide zoom Tamron G2. This is an awesome lens, and 15-30, similar to that 16-35 range, you don't get as much on the tight side, but you get 1 millimeter more on the wide side. And the reason I picked this up was that it is actually the only one that I could find that's actually stabilized for the price. So it has, you know, vibration control, what they call VC, Sigma calls it OS, optical stabilization, and IS, image stabilization for Canon. So this does have IS. It is weather sealed. I got this thing pretty cheap. You can put filters on the back of this thing for some reason, but I've never seen them actually for sale or how to buy them, and I don't plan on using them. But this right here, ultra wide for photos, awesome. For video, with that crop factor, still a great wide lens right here. Now my mid-range zoom that I have is also in that same lineup, and it is the 24-70 Tamron G2. So I have 2 lenses in this lineup here. This one I bought from a guy. It does have a little nick on the very edge of the glass, but it's not an issue. It's not even showing up in the sensor at all. But this is the 24-70 2.8, and of course that was the 15-30 2.8 G2. Of course this one also has VC, and I've done testing and shot videos with this lens, and this one works like nearly flawlessly with photos and weddings and for music videos, and it of course has a lock. So this is definitely a handy lens. It does weigh 2 pounds, so it's heavy as shit, but I love the quality that you get out of it. So yeah, I gotta take stuff out of here just to get stuff out. And then the last lens that I was definitely looking for when I had my Sony stuff, and I finally was able to get it for a super cheap price, is the Sigma 70-200 2.8 Sport. Now, if you can get this thing for a good deal like I did, I highly recommend getting this with the MC11 and using it on a Sony. This thing is a beast. It is pretty much brand new, and I can't tell you how good this lens is. The stabilization, the customization, all that stuff. So this is the Sigma Sport 70-200 2.8. Awesome lens. So I can tell you right now that this one and the 15-30 were about the same price because I got such a good deal on them. The 24-70 was also pretty cheap, but I won't even tell you the low cost that I got these for, but it is insane how low I got these for. So that's kind of like my holy trinity there for my Canon. I don't use any RF glass. I just have the Canon EF to RF adapter, as well as the filter one as well right here. So this is the Indie filter one. This is like a $400 adapter, but it will come in handy when I actually need it. Haven't had a use for it yet because I haven't shot a lot of stuff in daylight. It is a nice to have. So that is pretty much all my Canon stuff. I do have extra batteries, chargers, because I do have an Edelchrome that uses it. This is the windscreen for my Rode Video Micro that's on the camera now. So I keep that with me, keep the Rode Micro with me at all times. So I do have extra batteries. Now let's get into my B camera. And this may shock a few people, but this is the Lumix G9. And that's what this eyepiece was for. So slide it on. This honestly is one of the nicest feeling cameras I've ever felt. Even better than the EOS R, even better than any of the other cameras, even compared to the GH5. Has the flippy screen. The G9 is really nice, man. It's a nice big micro four thirds camera, so you can see that micro four thirds sensor. Now the reason I got this was that it does very high bit rates just like the EOS R, and it also does 4K 60s. And with the new update, the autofocus on this thing is pretty good, just like the GH5 that's shooting me now. It's really good at tracking faces, so I'm really happy with it. It did come with a speed booster. I got this for a pretty good deal as well. Very customizable, but that grip, like if you can see that grip, look how deep that grip is. That is one deep grip. Like, you're never gonna let that camera go. Has the nice screen on top. Honestly, the buttons on this thing are a lot more convenient and usable than on the EOS R. So there's also a joystick, which I wish they would take that stupid touch bar off and put a joystick on there, and then the spinny wheel. The only thing this thing is missing right now is Vlog, the Vlog update. The variable frame rates are okay. I can definitely get by with this thing with it being weather sealed. And as well, all my Canon glass is also weather sealed. I think the 18-35 isn't. I can use all that Canon glass on here. The autofocus is okay. On those, I'd probably manual focus. With the native glass I was able to get, the main lens is this right here. This is the 12-35 2.8 Lumix Power OIS lens. It is, I don't know, it's a very nice lens. Also got this one pretty cheap. That seems to be a theme, right? I get everything pretty cheap. But this lens here is really nice. It's an all-arounder, great stabilization, so you get dual stabilization. The stabilization on that thing is definitely better than the Sony's. It also has digital stabilization as well as like a tripod mode. I can attest that the Lumix stabilization is way better. The EOS R doesn't have stabilization, but with the stabilized lenses and the basic digital stabilization, it's more than enough. Just so you know, make sure you always keep that on and get wide enough lenses. The other lens that I was able to get is the Olympus 75 1.8. This is a beast of a lens. I got this one pretty cheap in a deal for a G85. I have yet to use this, but from my testing with it, it's really sharp and it's like a 135. This is a very good lens. It's all metal construction. Olympus makes great lenses. I may get rid of this lens. Now I do love the G9, but I'm trying to get a Blackmagic pocket cinema camera, so if I do sell it, I may end up with a Blackmagic camera. And I wish I could keep both of them, honestly. So if I can arrange that somehow, I would definitely keep both. The other micro four thirds lens I have is this manual focus 8mm f4 SLR Magic lens. It's really weird looking and tiny, but this is equivalent to like a 16mm, and that 12-35 is more like a 24-70, and that 75 is more like a 135. So this is a decent lens too. It's manual focus, but put it on infinity, everything's pretty much in focus. The issue I have with this lens though is that lens flares really kill this lens. So it's hard to even use it most of the time. The last lens that I keep in my kit is this manual focus 7 Artisans 35 1.2, and this thing is, for what it is really sharp. It's only about a $150 lens, but it's real heavy. It reminds me of the old film lenses, and the focus throw on it is just really smooth, so you're able to get really smooth and in focus shots. So this would be more like a 70mm f4 or something like that. I mean 2.4, 70mm 2.4 pretty much in full frame terms. It's very nice, honestly. I probably will end up keeping this one. But the 8mm may go, the 75mm may go. My kit just seems to change all the time. I do have this thing that has all my memory cards. Up until recently, I had misplaced this thing. So I have all these memory cards. Just make sure that you keep extra memory cards so that you know, if you're ever on a shoot, one craps out on you, or you need to just swap to one because one's full, you have plenty of cards to do that. The other things I keep in my bag are my Peak Design capture clip. Definitely if I'm doing photos. If I'm doing videos, I really don't carry this that much. The other thing is a blower. Make sure you always keep a blower, especially even if you're just doing B-roll. This thing comes in handy to blow off all the dust. And then a pin. So this is a lens pin. And you got your little fuzzy bit. And on the end, you got your carbon pencil end or whatever you want to call it, just so you can clean your lenses. And then I got an extra little brush in here. So I've got plenty of things to clean my camera and blow out the sensors as well. So I mean, that is pretty much what I keep in my camera bag. So I got the EOS R, the G9, those 3 Canon lenses with the 18-35 Canon, the adapters, that standard zoom for the G9, the 75mm tight, and then the manual focus lens, and then as well as my audio stuff. So when I'm carrying extra bags, it's either because I have something else that may be in there, maybe it's chargers, maybe it's another laptop, or maybe it's lighting. So this pretty much will get it done for me most of the time. If I'm just doing like a run and gun that doesn't require lighting or anything like that. If I just want to take my camera out and go shoot, this is what I'm gonna take. So let me know if you like this setup, or if you have a different setup or a better way of, you know, setting up your stuff. But this is how I've set it up in my bag, and I'm pretty much happy with this kit right now. Like I said, the only things I would change is I may have the addition of a Blackmagic Pocket cinema camera, just because I want to see that raw footage and the quality you get out of that. And then I may be looking for like a 35 to 100 for Micro Four Thirds. But yeah, that is my camera gear right there. Big bag. And just like Fro Knows Photo says, if you're going anywhere and you have your camera bag in your car, please just take it in with you. I think he said don't be an asshole, so that's definitely true. Alright guys, so if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for more content just like this, or hit the notification bell if that's something that you're into, if you want to be notified anytime I post a new video. That's a wrap. I know the video's over, but if you're looking for props for your music videos, make sure you check out propmovemoney.com. Use the promo code WhiteMike for 15% off. I'm not being paid by them. I am just an affiliate with a promo code, so that's the only thing I can gain from it, is that if you buy something, I get a little kickback. This is definitely something that I actually use. I would not promote a product that I don't personally use or that I would recommend. So you've seen it in your favorite movies and music videos, so these are definitely the way to go. You don't want to be kind of picking up real money looking for it when people are throwing it around in music videos. This is pretty much the best way, and just about everyone uses it. So yeah, go ahead and get those.